Reagan pushed to topple the USSR, it only lasted for a short time, but it left America with a $4 trillion deficit. President Hoover once said, "Blessed are the young, for they shall inherit the national debt." People forgot. Russia plays to death. Anything to win equals checkmate. April 28th of 2008 was such a move. It made headlines in the New York Times. In essence, what was said, Russia and Iran have allied. CNN, with Beck, invited Joel C. Rosenberg live. Joel said, in 2,500 years since Ezekiel 38 was written, Russia and Iran, which was Persia, never had allied or an alliance until today. These big conglomerates, like New York Times, CNN, have not the slightest clue what's coming down. The big media wonders while Russia flexes their muscle.
In Moscow today, a show of military might that we haven't seen since the days of the Soviet Union. Tanks and missile launchers rolling through Red Square, fighter jets roaring overhead, in a Victory Day parade celebrating the end of World War II.
For the first time in history, the USSR teams up with Iran. Israel, 2008, makes a weapon that reaches Iran. Russia's strategic move on April 28, 2008 may have been a surprise to the world, but Ezekiel 38 said Russia's strategic move, teaming up with Iran/Persia, is a knockout for Israel. The capitalist America must be eliminated. The sad thing is, the answers are found in the Bible. Since not many are reading, God put what a prophet stated 2,500 years ago on the front page of New York Times. Do you recall President Bush speaking about the big idea? Well, listen to this. Prince Charles, March 6, 1996, on CNN, said that his sons and him were implanted with microchips, RFIDs, in the right hand. You need to go to Revelations and read what it speaks about the right hand. And then at the end of 2008, Britain's Prime Minister, Gordon Brown, in a speech said, now is the time to build a global society. Britain, the United States, Europe are key to the foregoing of a new world order. Something else you might find interesting, Wall Street Journal said what's happening on 1/20/2009 is Washington's Woodstock. It's going to be an inaugural rock fest. The Vatican, now getting into it, issued a full and official forgiveness to the late John Lennon for his comment, the Beatles are more famous than Jesus Christ. Now let me ask you, what does a church have to do with a man who is occultic? You can go to my website and you can see John Lennon giving the devil salute with one of the other Beatles giving the sign of 666. In closing, does it surprise you to find out how much the music industry has affected, one way or the other, politics of the world? Like I mentioned, Clinton, who rocked the vote back in the 90s, Bush, who invited Ozzy Osbourne to the White House, and Obama's Woodstock. The song I'm going to play you next was masterminded by a person named will.i.am. And this is how it sounds going forward.
It was a creed written into the founding documents that declared the destiny of a nation. Yes, we can. It was whispered by slaves and abolitionists as they blazed the trail toward freedom. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
It was sung.
It was sung by immigrants as they struck out to the shores, pioneers pushed westward against the unforgiving wilderness. Yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
It was the call of workers organized, women who reached for the ballots, a president who chose to move.
However, when you backward mass this song by will.i.am, which are numerous musicians working on this particular piece of music, the lyrics are completely different than what's going forward. I'm going to break the music into two different sound bites, the beginning and the end, so you get a gist of what this thing sounds like and who it's talking about. The song is called Yes We Can.
Yes, you say
say, you say, you say, you say,
Saul Alinsky, who was the founder of Developing Community Projects in Chicago and Acorn, one of his disciples was Senator Obama. Saul wrote a book called Rules for Radicals. He dedicated the book to Lucifer because he was the first radical of mankind who won, he said, his own kingdom. Does it surprise you then to hear, yes we can, says thank you Satan, going in reverse? In Isaiah 14:12 and 13, it talks about the 5 I wills of Satan and what he will do. And that's exactly what we're seeing today. Are you ready to meet the Messiah, the Christ of Calvary? Or are you going to wait for the one world government because it is here? It's your choice. Give us a call.